Hello, my name is Chris Sloan and I teach high school English and Media in Salt Lake City at Judge Memorial. And I'm going to do a Tech to Go session at the NCTE this year, which is Saturday, Session J, 2:45 to 4 p.m. And it's called Rescue Your Search Strategies, which at the time I thought was kind of clever because, my students have these search strategies that sometimes aren't so great when they try to find information. And so I thought, playing off the search and rescue theme, that it might be interesting if we talk about how to have our students find better information, because there's no secret the Common Core is stressing the argumentative and informational writing, and both of those things rely on people finding good information. So if you come to my session, what I'd like to do is talk to people, but the kinds of things that I would present would be the way that I teach research in the context of the writing that I do in my classroom. So these would be things like, first of all, finding things. So if they're going to use Google, then at least use advanced search and things like that. But there are all kinds of ways to find information, all kinds of different databases. So sometimes we look at databases that are locked behind paywalls, or ones that are available through libraries. And sometimes we look at the Google databases. So at least, the advanced search would be some things that I would talk about. But more important, I think, is what that research looks like in students' writing. So what I'd like to do is show some examples of the kinds of things that my students write with the research kind of instruction that I give them. And those would be anything from blogging their research paper. We typically, I still teach a research paper, but instead of it just being a one-shot thing at the end, every week they blog something they learned about their paper to a public that's on youthvoices.net. So I think blogging the research paper has kind of opened up some ways to teach the different kinds of research that I want them to do, searching the different databases and the different strategies for doing that. So anything from blogging your research paper to things like writing letters to the newly elected public officials that we have right now. So they're researching current information about the issues that matter most to them, and then they will write letters or emails to newly elected public officials. So that's what I'd like to do at this Tech to Go session, is talk about how I teach students in my English classes to find quality, credible information, but then also talk about what we do with that information and what that looks like in student writing.